Reclamation in the Heartland, Cleaning Up the Tar Creek Superfund Site, presented at the 36th Annual Meeting of the American Society of Mining and Reclamation at the Big Sky Resort in Montana. The setting for this watershed tour is the Oklahoma portion of the Tri-State Lead-Zinc Mining District and will include unreclaimed landscape features, areas undergoing natural succession, and 2 full-scale passive treatment systems addressing iron, zinc, lead, cadmium, and arsenic-contaminated mine waters. Significant quantities of lead and zinc ore were produced from the Tri-State Mining District in the 19th and 20th centuries. The approximately 1,200 square mile Tri-State Mining District was considered one of the world's most productive regions, with vast quantities of ore initially mined in Missouri and Kansas. In Oklahoma, extraction began in 1891. Mining operations were initiated near Quapaw and Commerce, with the Great Pitcher Mining Field founded in 1914. The Oklahoma portion of the Tri-State Mining District is now known as the Tar Creek Superfund Site. These concrete pads and roadways show the remnants of homes and city blocks in what was once the town of Pitcher, Oklahoma. Large waste or chat piles were left exposed on the surface, contaminating groundwater and surface waters. The risk of adverse human and ecological health effects resulted in the placement of this area on the Comprehensive Environmental Response Compensation and Liability Act, or CERCLA National Priorities List, in 1983. A study completed in the mid-1990s found increased blood lead concentrations in children, prompting residential yard remediation. In the first decade of the 21st century, a state-funded buyout focused on families with young children and a federal buyout focused on areas with the greatest risk of collapse, depopulating the community. And in May of 2008, an EF4 tornado hit the town, destroying 150 homes and accelerating the buyout. In 1926, the peak year of ore production, approximately 11,000 men made their living in the mines, making Ottawa County the world's largest source of lead and zinc. Between 1910 and 1920, the county's population increased by 162%. By 1927, 248 mills were in operation, leading to economic stability and steady population growth until the Great Depression began in 1929. From 1908 through the 1930s, the mines produced more than 50% of the zinc and 45% of the lead the U.S. required in World War I. After the 1930s, the mining towns began to clear out as production decreased, and miners were forced to find work elsewhere. A couple mines remained operational, but by the 1960s, most had closed. What remained was a derelict landscape riddled with ghost camps, mine shafts, boreholes, sinkholes, chat piles, artesian discharges of mine water, tailings ponds, and an ecosystem in desperate need of reclamation. Located just south of Pitcher is the former mining town of Douthat, Oklahoma, and the infamous Douthat Bridge, where the majority of artesian flowing mine drainage enters Tar Creek. Currently, weirs are installed to measure volumetric flow rates to help calculate metals mass loadings. Downstream of Douthat Bridge, Tar Creek begins to live up to its reputation. Iron precipitates can be seen in the riparian area and deposited in the channel itself. While the point bar on the right may appear to be free from iron residuals, the whitish-gray material is chat that has been transported downstream and makes up the majority of the substrate in the channel. Continuing downstream on Tar Creek, yet another artesian mine water discharge enters the stream near an abandoned railroad structure, part of which was used as a base for yet another weir. As the camera pans up, notice the body of water on the left-hand side of the old railroad grade. This is a mine water wetland created by beavers. The wetland extends approximately 1,000 feet to the north with an estimated 25 acre-feet of storage, providing partial natural treatment of mine drainage. Continuing south, the town of Commerce, Oklahoma, the home of baseball great Mickey Mantle, the Commerce Comet, is another mining town, but one that is still populated. Nearby, additional sources of mine water flow artesian from the abandoned underground workings. In this case, however, unlike the mine water upwellings to the north, passive treatment systems have been constructed and are operated to improve water quality. The Southeast Commerce passive treatment system and the Mayor Ranch passive treatment system. Crew in the Tri-State Mining District and the Tar Creek Superfund site. Over the past 22 years, Crew has supported 140 research students, including 6 postdoctoral scholars, 56 graduate students, and 78 undergraduate researchers, who produced over 135 refereed publications working on projects of over $20 million in research funding. Crew helped to establish 2 fully functional passive treatment systems and a promising future for a once thriving rural center. But most importantly, the work Crew has done has produced a lasting appreciation for strict scientific protocols, a safe, directed, and rewarding learning environment, and fermented malt beverages after a 14-hour field day. The Mayor Ranch passive treatment system, completed in 2008, was the first mine water treatment system of any kind in the tri-state lead-zinc mining district. It has been operational for nearly 11 years and includes parallel treatment trains. The Southeast Commerce passive treatment system, completed in 2017, addresses additional artesian flows. Each system includes multiple process units specifically designed to address particular water quality challenges. Initial oxidation ponds are designed for iron removal as oxyhydroxides with some trace metal removal via sorption. The surface flow wetlands, although under high water here, are designed for additional solids retention and oxygenation. Vertical flow bioreactors are designed to promote bacterial sulfate reduction and subsequent retention of trace metals as sulfide solids, along with sorption, exchange, and other reactions. Mayor Ranch includes both solar and windmill reaeration and dedicated horizontal flow limestone beds. Southeast Commerce includes custom-designed solar reaeration in the final polishing unit. At Mayor Ranch, the 2 treatment trains are brought together in a final polishing pond before discharge. Annually, the Mayor Ranch and Southeast Commerce passive treatment systems retain substantial amounts of metals, mitigating impacts to the small, first-order unnamed tributary to Tar Creek shown on the right of the photograph. As we move down the effluent channel from Mayor Ranch into the unnamed tributary, evidence of beaver recolonization is obvious. They even took possession of a long-term water quality and quantity monitoring station. Continuing downstream on the unnamed tributary, data collection occurs at a long-term sampling location at the Robinson property. Water quality, quantity, and fish data have been generated on a monthly to quarterly basis for over a decade. Crew members seeing fish because electroshocking is fruitless in these high conductivity waters. At all sampling locations, fish species and abundance have shown increases. At this site, UT Robinson, 5 additional fish species have colonized since the implementation of passive treatment, including darters, numerous sunfish species, largemouth bass, and crappie. Moving downstream to the confluence of the unnamed tributary and the main stem of Tar Creek, dramatic changes in Tar Creek are visually evident. Water quality and quantity data collection, as these crew students are doing, has been conducted at this location for nearly 20 years. Tar Creek flows south through the city of Miami, Oklahoma, into the Neosho River, which along with the Spring River, flows into the multi-purpose Grand Lake of the Cherokees. Grand Lake, the economic engine of northeastern Oklahoma, is formed by the Pensacola Dam, the world's largest multi-arch dam. Completed in 1940, the Pensacola Dam generates hydroelectric power, and Grand Lake provides multiple beneficial uses including flood control, water supply, fish and wildlife propagation, and recreation. It also serves as the ultimate sink for waters draining the tri-state mining district. Crew would like to thank all of our partners who make our work possible. Come visit us in northeastern Oklahoma as we help to reclaim the Heartland and clean up the Tar Creek Superfund site.